Afe Babalola University Ado-Ekiti, ABUAD. It was not only 12 years of existence, it was 12 years of quality education delivery, 12 years of commitment and determination to change the course of education in Nigeria, 12 years of living up to the university dreams and aspirations, 12 years of legions of accolades from east, west, north and south of Nigeria and beyond. Above all, it was 10 years of consistent and unbroken convocation. The institution first opened her gate precisely on January 2010. Through thick and thin, ABUAD has soldiered on, not paying ways for distractions or being clouded by the myriad of socio-political and economic upheavals in the country. Rather, it set out to demonstrate the age-long culture of town and gown a university is reputed for, by exhibiting virtues such as probity, accountability, academic excellence, hard work, research, industry, and others which Nigeria can ape if she is determined to regain her pride of place among the committee of nations. Therefore, and in line with its tradition, the university again on the 21st of October 2022 invited friends, parents, personalities, and well-wishers to attend convocation tagged 10th Unbroken Convocation Ceremony. The milestone event was well-deserving, at least for an institution that began on a lowly ground in a sleepy town in Ado-Ekiti 12 years ago, but today has risen far above some first and second generation universities in Nigeria. For ABUAD, it has been a mind steeped in inspiration, aspiration, and perspiration, as reminiscent of its founder, Afe Babalola, having been a two-term pro-chancellor and chancellor of Council of the university. The roots the legal icon witnessed in public university was the tonic he needed to set up ABUAD, ostensibly to show the authorities how a world-class institution should be run. Today, ABUAD is now a pride in Nigeria, nay Africa, with one achievement cascading over the other. The latest being the ranking by the highly respected Times Higher Education Impacting Ranking, which ranked ABUAD as #1 university out of the 197 universities in Nigeria and one of the top 300 to 400 universities in the world. As is its custom, this year's convocation was not deficient of the usual excitement and splendor. It was a week-long ritual comprising myriads of activities ranging from fashion show, induction oath-taking of computer science graduates, investiture of our law students, red carpet, convocation lecture, alumni founders dinner, as well as convocation for both undergraduate and postgraduate students, which was the grand finale. Preceding the convocation was the convocation lecture by a distinguished lawyer and human rights activist, Dr. Mike Ozekome, SAN, who lamented over the poverty, insecurity, high debt profile, and declining education standard in the
directly with the subject matter at stake. Within a short time, he was able to point it out.
Zekome, who was the guest speaker at ABUAD convocation, spoke on the theme, the place of education in a crisis-ridden Nigeria. The constitutional lawyer said in every country of the world, education and development goes pari passu, adding that Nigeria is where she is today because successive governments have not done enough on education, particularly in the area of funding.
Nigeria is now paying trillions of naira to service debt, not to pay the debt itself. That's one of the ingredients of a state, a balanced economy that cannot sustain social amenities, where we are borrowing over 10 trillion naira per annum. The present budget, for example, is a deficit of more than 10 trillion naira. How much is allocated to capital projects? Less than 20%. The rest is for recurrent expenditure and paying debt. One of the ingredients.
Ozekome identified factors including poor working conditions, inadequate funding, dearth of qualified teachers, failure to accommodate rising population demands, greed, corruption, and brain drain as factors which have combined to leave education in a prostrate state.
Good governance and good governance. When you have good governance, you allow social justice, egalitarianism, and equity to prevail. Then anger. People will shift their daggers. The anger will simmer, will go down. There will be no IPOB. There will be no Oduduwa Republic secessionist moves. self-determination, which is recognized by international instruments, must come in when a people feel you are repressing them.
He further said insecurity in the country has also gotten to a point where armed robbers and kidnappers now operate parallel government, hoisting flags on Nigerian soil, collecting taxes from innocent Nigerians, and giving them ID cards and passes. For the country to wriggle out of her predicament, Ozekome made 23 recommendations. Some of them are urgent intervention on education by government, introduction of a stronger legal framework, enforcement of existing laws that affect education, prioritizing disadvantaged and vulnerable children, improving funding for education, as well as implementing a progressive tax code. I praised the founder of ABUAD, Afe Babalola, whom he called my father and the numero uno of the legal profession, for his tremendous contributions in education, which is being witnessed in the speedy rise of ABUAD law. The following day was the grand finale where parents, staff and dignitaries comprising the who is who in the Nigerian society witnessed the passing out of the third set of graduates from the institution. Addressing staff, dignitaries and graduating students on the convocation day, the Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Smaranda Olarinde, recalled that the maiden graduation, which held on Sunday, October 21, 2013, featured 139 graduates from the College of Sciences, College of Social and Management Sciences. Since then, Olarinde said ABUAD successfully graduated 9 other sets. Cumulatively, she said the university has graduated 9,906 students, both at first and postgraduate levels. According to Olarinde, this year featured 1,673 graduates across the colleges of sciences, engineering, law, and postgraduate. The sum, she explained, comprised 128 first class, 705 second class upper division, 397 second class lower division, and 52 in the pass category. Olarinde added that ABUAD founder Afe Babalola inculcated thorough discipline and management, two virtues that, according to her, have helped the university in ensuring students graduate at record time. Story. Thereafter came the Iroko himself, Afe Babalola, a legal icon, educationist, agriculturist, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist of unequaled value, and the founder and chancellor of ABUAD. Babalola's joy knew no bound, particularly in view of the fact that his dreams and visions for the university are crystallizing right before his eyes. One of the distinguishing factors of ABUAD, according to Afe Babalola, is the dedication of all staff, especially the teachers, towards knowledge impartation.
Become compassion and filled with many more ones to persuade you to bring it back to the system. It's a landlocked state. And I know what all ways to get here.
Afe Babalola said, here in ABUAD, our teachers don't teach for the sake of teaching or because they do not have something else to do. They do not teach for money either. They teach because of their passion for quality and functional education. They teach because of the interest of their students and the overall development of the country. This has largely contributed to our recent ranking by Time Higher Education Impact Ranking as the #1 university in Nigeria and 321 out of all the universities in the world, a feat, an achievement which we treasure. I thank all our teachers for their tireless contributions to the growth of this 12 years university, which has overtaken its peers in the country, including those that are several decades older than it. Afe Babalola thanked the World Global Ranking Body, Times Higher. Afe Babalola promised that the institution would not rest on its oars since such honor is a challenge to do more. Further, Afe Babalola listed qualities of an ideal university to include quality teaching, excellence research, highly qualified faculty, poor or increased funding by government, a blend of indigenous and international students, a 21st century equipment, academic freedom, and the institution's contributions to the society. And he said the university has further consolidated by ensuring that aside the normal programs, their graduates now have additional certificates in leadership, in addition to learning French or Chinese, all aimed at making their graduates globally. The crescendo of the event was the presentation of awards to outstanding students and guests, as well as bestowing of honorary awards to 4 distinguished individuals. Former Governor of Ekiti State, Engineer Segun was awarded Honorary Doctor of Letters, while Chief Ozekome was bestowed with Honorary Doctor of Law. Similarly, His Royal Highness Shehu of Borno, Dr. Abubakar Umar Garba El Kanemi, was gallanded with Doctor of Letters, and for the first time, the university conferred the status of Emerita Professor on one of its own professor, Israel Owolabi. Shomi Motonrayo Chinze from the College of Social and Management Sciences stole the show as she emerged the best graduating student. She majestically sauntered to the podium to deliver the convocation address on behalf of her peers. And as the event wound up, ballad singers accosted and serenaded parents of the celebrants in exchange for crisp naira notes. Besides, there were clusters of celebrants that hosted guests to the popular Item 7. As were others, the 10th convocation would go down in history as a milestone and, most importantly, a rare feat among both private and public universities in Nigeria. It is no exaggeration that ABUAD hopes to achieve more as years roll by and be a model by which federal and state governments can copy if the nation's public universities can flex muscles with their contemporaries beyond the shores of Africa. Long live Afe Babalola. Long live Afe Babalola University Ado-Ekiti.